Hi, I'm Debbie and this is John, and we're here to show you the equipment that you can't use and the equipment that you can use in your therapy work with your animal. First of all, you can't give your animal pinch collars or electric collars. This is based on what's safe for your clients and your animal and what inspires confidence in your clients about your animals. So this would neither inspire confidence and could really hurt somebody, either your animal or the client. Most of our clients that we visit have very thin and fragile skin, and so you won't want to use anything that has metal links on it like this. This kind of link could pinch an older person's skin and cause a skin tear. So no metal links in a leash or a collar. We don't want any slip collars because slip collars can choke our animals. And if you feel this is the kind of slip collar that they give you at the vet, and if you feel it, it's quite rough. And even this kind of leash could cause a skin tear in a really older person. This is a martingale or limited slip collar. And it's an okay collar, but it has metal links to it. And we can't have any metal links in it because they might cause a skin tear. Even a tiny choke chain, like one you would use for show use, even this kind of tiny metal link chain could cause a skin tear in an older person. So no choke chains at all, either metal or fabric or martingale. Let's look at some others. This is a chain link choke chain. Again, it's a double whammy because it's a chain and it's a choke chain, so that could really cause harm to one of our clients. It's not safe. Some things don't inspire confidence. One of these big muzzles on your dog would not inspire confidence. Even a little muzzle on your dog would not inspire confidence. So they're not okay for us to use when we're doing therapy work. A lot of people like these slip flexi leads, and I have to admit that I was addicted to these back in the 80s, and I was pretty good at making them work. But you know what? We've learned since the 80s that they can even amputate fingers and toes, give some really bad rope burns, and injure our animals if we drop them and they go sliding quickly and hit our animal in the back. So we can't use any of these flexi leads when we're visiting. And this is just to remind me to tell you that when you go out to visit, it's good to have a special collar for your dog, something that they can wear that's not all full of dangly things, and you probably, depending on the population you visit with, you probably don't want to have your name and phone number on that. So this is just to remind you, keep a special collar just for visiting work, so your dog knows when they have that on, they know they're going to work, and you have your privacy protected. Let's look at some of the things that you can use. Here's some equipment that we can use. Pets Partners lets us use leashes of leather, fabric, or plastic, 6 feet in length or shorter. I find when I'm using a 6-foot lead, most of the time I'm doing a lot of juggling with the lead. So I use a 2 to 4 foot lead with my short Shelties. They're only 14 inches high. So I use a short leash so I don't have as much to hang on to. It's a little simpler for me to use, but you may use anything from 6 to just a traffic loop if you'd like. Remember though, after visiting, you're supposed to wipe down your lead, so make sure it's something that you can wipe down with an antibacterial wipe. For collars, you can choose leather or fabric or plastic. It can be a snap type, the back buckle kind of type, backpack buckle type of collar. It can be a buckle type of collar. Or you can use a limited slip, a martingale collar. This is a collar that has, it's like a slip collar, but it's adjustable so that it won't choke your dog and it can't pinch your clients. So as long as it's a fabric loop, you may remember I showed you one with a chain loop. Can't use chain in here, but you can use fabric. So a martingale is nice. And these are pretty nice for dogs that have like not a good jaw, like a lot of sight hounds and some pit bulls. I like them for Shelties because Shelties back out of their collar if it's not pretty tight on them, and this will keep them from backing out. So it just tightens up to the circumference of their neck and not any tighter. So those are the equipment. I have some more things that we can use. If you don't like collars, I have some harnesses. If you don't like collars for your animal, then harnesses are for you. And we recommend harnesses for cats especially. Probably the same thing for horses and guinea pigs and some of the smaller pocket pets. Most of the harnesses that we remember are what's called body harnesses. The body harness looks like this with a buckle right on the back. The D-ring is right on the back of the animal. The animal puts its head right through there, and two legs go through there. So that's a body harness with a back buckle. And these are nice for preventing choking in the animal. So those are really nice. They're also good for animals that love to pull, because they get a whole lot of pulling when they're wearing a harness. And this kind of body harness is the kind of harness that would be used by a sled dog. So if your dog is already a good puller, this may not be the best choice for you. Another harness that you can try, we started, oh gosh, in the 90s to start using what's called a head harness. And this is a halty head harness. The head harness is, the dog's head goes through here, ears are hanging down, nose is right here, and the leash buckles right underneath its chin. And the premise for this harness is that where the dog's head goes, the body will follow. So if you pull the leash this way, it pulls the dog's head around like this. So that's more for the dogs that tend to pull on a harness. And we started using these about in the 90s, and people really liked the control that helped them with training their dog to walk on a loose lead. However, there have been some reports of dogs being injured when they run and hit the end of these, and it whips their head around, including broken necks. So most of the trainers that I know are switching to these specialty harnesses, which are chest buckle harnesses. So this is an easy walk, gentle chest harness, and it looks like this. This colored band goes on the dog's belly. Their head goes through here, and their legs go through here. Well, two legs, there we go. Legs go through here, and it buckles right here on the chest. So you can see the D-ring. This one has a limited slip loop in it, so that you get a little more, a little more leeway with the feel of how much control you're giving the dog. Again, it goes with the idea where the front of the dog goes, the rest of the body will follow. So dogs that pull, this may be a really good choice for them also, without worrying about neck damage from the head collar. Doing a chest harness might work. There are a couple of different varieties. One just has the D-ring right here on the chest, so there's not as much slip and there's not as much leeway on the harness. It's up to you. If you're going to buy one of these, I would suggest that you go to a good dealer that will let you try it on your dog to make sure it's a good fit, because the sizes vary quite a bit. and you want to get one that fits your dog really comfortably. There's nothing like wearing uncomfortable clothes when you're trying to go to work, and we want our dogs to be as comfortable as possible. Thanks for looking at the equipment that we use for therapy work.